Try the new
I'm a little broken, I'm a little flawed. I'm not out in the open, yeah. Being me has been so hard, emotionally tortured, stitching up this broken heart, mentally exhausted, yeah. Don't know how I got this far, and it's getting to me, and I'm trying to make it leave. Fikra zangu zimenikwamia. Would you help me believe that it's not bigger than me? Shida zangu je utazisikia? Menyera. Even through my darkest days, tell me it'll be okay now. Be the one to heal my pain, be the place that I can name my safe space. My safe space. Trying not to fall off the edge, I'm trying not to hear what they said. I'm trying so hard to be the man they've structured me to be, but I don't think that's me. Still it's getting to me, and I'm trying to make it leave. Fikra zangu zimenikwamia. Would you help me believe that it's not bigger than me? Shida zangu je utazisikia? Mware menyera. Even through my darkest days, tell me it'll be okay now. Be the one to heal my pain, be the place that I can name. Mware menyera. Even through my darkest days, tell me it'll be okay now. Be the one to heal my pain, be the place that I can name my safe space. My safe space. My safe space.
Kia malkia, nimekutuma text mingi kama 100. Hivi ndio umenishow, yani umenighost.
Mimi
Mi yule mu sexy, mini yule mu deadly. Yupenda kwa na pedi wa mama na walevi. Mi yule mu sexy, hauwezi niseti. Na kauna GT, kauko na main character energy. Ukighostiwa, ghostika. Tough time never last, only tough people, yeah. Na ukiblokiwa, blokika. You're a 10 out of 10 time yako inafika. Ghostika.
I don't know, no, you're wasting time. I am you're wasting time. I don't know, no, you're wasting.
Ghostika. Bro, shika story. Kumbuka yule dem nilimnogi, sio njogi. Yule tulipata na gatoi, uyo shori. So jana nilipata na mbogi, tuka link na mayengs, mimi nikaingia dance nikempata na Pascal Tokodi. Ngoja mengine, tulia kwanza nikuambie. Masaa nilikatch time, alitoa clutch ati anashika simu za utile. Huyu dem atanirarua, kila siku nasikia ruma. Hata hajui jina yangu buda, anashinda akiniita Nick Mutuma. Ukighostiwa, ghostika. Tough time never last, only tough people, yeah. Na ukiblokiwa, blokika. You're a 10 out of 10 time yako inafika. Ukighostiwa, ghostika. Tough time never last, only tough people, yeah. Na ukiblokiwa, blokika. You're a 10 out of 10 time yako inafika. So ghostika.
Me.
No.
Just like a TV.
Yeah. Aki, I'm the best. She said she a queen, so I play her like it's. I just wanna ball out like my homies.
Yeah, vile shorty yako box, they telling me to stop. Every time we step up on the scene, we make it pop. Yeah, miss you stop. Yeah, miss you stop. Shorty yako box, they telling me to stop. Every time we step up on the scene, we make it pop. Yeah, miss you stop. Yeah, miss you stop. Yeah, no kitu na flex, ona vile na dress. Aki, I'm the best, yeah, Aki, I'm the best. She say she a queen, so I play her like it's chess. I just wanna ball out like my homies in US. I had a couple issues, so I put it in the music. I had a couple issues, had a homie feeling useless. They said they gon' run me up, I told them niggas prove it. Out here in Nairobi, swear these niggas never do shit. I roll with the trappers, I roll with the masters. I don't have the bag, I cannot lie, I'm not a capper. Still we going up, call the gang the Kenya NASA. Running up a check and there's nobody running faster. I roll with the trappers, I roll with the masters. I don't have the bag, I cannot lie, I'm not a capper. Still we going up, call the gang the Kenya NASA. Running up a check and there's nobody running faster. Vile shorty yako box, they telling me to stop. Every time we step up on the scene, we make it pop. Yeah, miss you stop. Yeah, miss you stop. Shorty yako box, they telling me to stop. Every time we step up on the scene, we make it pop. Yeah, miss you stop. Yeah, miss you stop. Yeah, miss you Cheza chini. Yani ulidhani hini nini? Why they always watching me? I feel just like a TV. Why they always plotting like a map and yeah, we free me? I swear we stay swagged up, my homies get the bag, yup. Times that we was down like a syndrome, now you know what's up. Kenyan with the Kenyan juice, Nike ticks all on my shoes. Taboo check the pants with my Vans and the dance moves, yeah. Millie rock the pain till it's gone like, yeah. Odi dance the pain while I'm gone like, yeah. Never fall in love, but I can like, yeah. Baby, I'm the man like, yeah. Millie rock the pain till it's gone like, yeah. Odi dance the pain while I'm gone like, yeah. Never fall in love, but I can like, yeah. Baby, I'm the man like, yeah. Shorty yako box, they telling me to stop. Every time we step up on the scene, we make it pop. Yeah, miss you stop. Yeah, miss you miss you as he stop. Shorty yako box, they telling me to stop. Every time we step up on the scene, we make it pop. Yeah, miss you as he, miss you as he stop. Yeah, miss you as he, miss you as he stop. Yeah, miss you as he. Miss you as he stop. Yeah, miss you as he. Miss you as he stop. Miss you as he. Yeah, miss you as he stop. Miss you as he. Yeah, miss you as he stop. Village shorty yako box, they telling me to stop. Every time we step up on the scene, we make it pop. Yeah, miss you as he. Miss you as he stop. Yeah, miss you as he. Miss you as he stop. Shorty yako box, they telling me to stop. Every time we step up on the scene, we make it pop. Yeah, miss you as he. Miss you as he stop. Yeah, miss you as he. Miss you as he stop. Yeah, miss you as he. Yeah.
I'm Daba Mandela. This is my Soweto. Travel playbook. Grown up.
Another day, another crisis. Keyboard warrior still typing. Mini lava siku hizi spendi fighting. Na maheta hawawezi ntoa timing. Na hata wakinita guide, I know my baby will be by me. Na wakiniseti kwa IG, dawa ya watiaji huwanga silence. Niko sherehe mina vibe, nanyi munani analyze. Who I wonder why, me I'm just tryna catch a wine. We shughulika na your life. Niko sherehe mina vibe, nanyi munani analyze. Who I wonder why, I'm just tryna catch a wine. We shughulika na your life. Cheki zangu zime nice. Don't you disrespect my lover. Sina number my guy. Tonight I don't want no drama. Sina number my guy. Chaber dongingero anahero gasianda. Sina number my guy. Leo ni party hadi mchana. Number my guy. Sherehe na piganga na kikosi. Kwa mfuko pesa haikosi. Mademu wananitanga kiongozi. Vile mimi hutesanga Nairobi. Sele zimeripoti. Chini tuko kwa magoti. Aki wewe usinirekodi. Kesho nipate mmesha niposti. Niko sherehe mina vibe, nanyi munani analyze. Who I wonder why, me I'm just tryna catch a wine. We shughulika na your life. Niko sherehe mina vibe, nanyi munani analyze. Who I wonder why, I'm just tryna catch a wine. We shughulika na your life. Cheki zangu zime nice. Don't you disrespect my lover. Sina number my guy. Tonight I don't want no drama. Sina number my guy. Chaber dongingero anahero gasianda. Sina number my guy. Leo ni party hadi mchana. Sina number my guy. Sina noma. Sina noma my guy. Sina noma. Sina noma my guy. Sina noma my guy. Chaber dongingero anahero gasianda. Sina noma my guy.
a mental health toolkit I learned about, where there are 4 things you're supposed to do so that you know, how am I doing mentally? And I'd like us to go through them, because the first time I saw these things, I was like, damn, no one told me about this. So I want to plug you guys. So the 4 mental health toolkits, as in Kimbilio, is number 1, look twice. So it means when you wake up, you look at yourself in the mirror, right? And then after you look at yourself in the mirror, just remind yourself how worthy you are, affirm yourself, and tell your things, those things, like you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, my name is Lorette, that I know. What can I look at in the mirror? I can say I have 2 eyes. So it means I'm blessed. I have 2 eyes, and someone else maybe doesn't even have the gift of sight. I have a nose. I'm able to breathe well. I don't have chest problems. So I'm able to breathe, and get yourself in a mood of gratitude so that you're able to give thanks, that you're able to breathe. You can see you have a mouth. So I can speak up for myself. So I'm able to speak, I'm able to communicate. You can see you have ears, so you can listen to people. So look twice when things are about to go mlama. Look twice, and just look at things twice. The second toolkit is listen twice, because I think most of us love to be heard. We love for people to listen to us, but we don't take the time to listen. When something has happened and someone tries to explain to yourself, can we actually listen to them? When someone is going through something, sometimes all they need is a listening ear. And I think even for me, from a personal experience, even me, I'd want to be listened to. So it goes a long way if all of us learn how to listen. The third one is think twice. Na sile ango, guys, sile ango, but pia ango. I know it helps us from time to time, yeah. But think twice before doing something, especially in regards to anxiety. Sometimes you're going through a lot in life. Hey, Jaman, you're going through a lot. You feel so anxious. You feel like the weight of the whole world is on you. But when you remind yourself to think twice, it's the first thought is telling you, when you failure, kuna kitu neza. When you think twice, you remind yourself, look at me, I'm going for these opportunities. Look at me, I put myself out there. Look at me, every time I fall, I learn to pick myself up, and I learn from my mistakes. So think twice. Think twice. Pia, before you comment, just think twice. Before you comment something negative on the internet, think twice. Am I helping anyone with this comment? If it's a no, just keep it to yourself. Get a better release. Go to the gym. Go to the gym and release it there. The last toolkit is on speak once. After listening twice, after thinking twice, after looking twice, speak once. And that's in sometimes as human beings, like mdomo tu aina ni remote ama ni control, aina remote ya kufinya pause ama mute. Sometimes you just want to speak, you just want to let it out. But it's good to note that whatever you speak, first of all, it's gonna come into existence. So if for you always speak negative things into your life, hey jamani, kitaenda north instead of going straight, jamani. So speak once, and be very, very cautious of what you're speaking into your life. When you're with other people, speak less and listen more. So that's how I've understood the toolkit. The good thing about this toolkit, though, the way Lau has understood it, someone else is going to understand it differently. I've had a different version for the look twice, where it was like when you're working in Nairobi and you see all these people who are in the streets, and you don't know what's up with them. Like, do we ever get to look at them? And so the person who interpreted this differently said, do you even ever think if these people deserve to be in relationships, love, sex, all that? Because these are secondary needs we get to enjoy. But what about the people in the hospital? People in mental health facilities? Like, someone who's been proclaimed mad or crazy? Like, don't they need to be loved, to be cuddled? So it was quite an interesting one. So there is my plug. You have a mental health toolkit you can rely on. I really loved the song we had on Sinanoma by Charisma. And if you know Charisma, that's Luyabit on Instagram. This is just a way he sings. There's a way his music is just, it's just vibey. You can just listen to it while swaying, there and there. But the good thing about this song, because we love drama. The good thing about this song, according to me, so I recently saw Foy uploading Kiki's video, and she said she loves the new trend where artists respond to drama with art. So I was like, hey, and then she quoted Charisma. Like she said, I love the new trend where artists respond to drama with art, like Luyabit. And then I was like, Luyabit had drama, come on. And then I remember German when Eli, the social media influencer, had an accident, and he said it's a celebrity, and people were saying it was Luyabit, until they were fighting over Foy. And then now I see Foy's post, and then I listen to this song, Sinanoma, my guy, don't disrespect my love for her. I know they're best friends, at least that's what they tell us. That's what they tell us, guys. That's what they tell us, they're best friends. So he's saying, don't disrespect my love for Foy. Where I'm Sinanoma. I'm just here to have a good time. I'm here to have a good time. All the girls love me, which is true. But then it's also true, girls also love Eli. So I don't know about that. But like all the girls are on Charisma, and then you're here to ruin my good time. And then me, I'm just having fun. I wake up the next day, nipate many post. That's what he says in the song. And that's what actually happened. Aliamka akaona long caption saying a celebrity in Kenya attacked me. And he was reported to the police. So that was really interesting. I'm plugging you to that song, Sinanoma by Charisma. I don't know how you guys deal with drama. Personally, in my life, I don't like drama in my life, but nikisikia kuna drama kwa mtu mwingine, count me present. Mark me present. I shall be there, and I shall listen. And now that we have dwelled into Charisma, and clearly we are good fans of Charisma, tunapenda nyimbo zake, I'm tempted to go back to his first song where we first saw Foy and him and their chemistry, which is Marry You Twice by Charisma.
So niko gym sahi na trainer ni kama ameniamulia. So I was wondering if you could pick me on the way home. Najua nitakuwa nimechoka.
Ule dread? Hakuna kitu kingine ujuani, kufanya tu vitu za social media ndo uonekane. Simkimbia naye hadi home.
Surely. Mimi nimekufanyia nini?
It'll take me the whole night to get this song right, but when I'm done, I hope it'll be better than your breath in the morning when you're yawning. Baby, I wanna be with you by your side in the AM. Take you down, up and down, side to side when you're done with your snoring. It might take you a while to get past excess energies, a little while longer cause of all the fuckboy tendencies. Now we got romantic fantasies. Baby, now I have your heart, so please give me your hand. I'm telling you this, I wanna marry you twice. That will make me feel nice, make you be my wife. Let's do this for life, Make I tell you this, I wanna marry you twice. That will make me feel nice, make you be my wife. Let's do this for life. Let's do this for life. Girl, I've been searching for you. And now I finally found you. Ever since I met you, I knew I finally found love. You make your bad man sing this song. You make me want to be your song. So when you cry, I'll say I love you. And when you smile, me do. Na niki wa ikupotea, jua mimi nitarejea. Cause you're the one for me. You are the only girl. I'm telling you this, I wanna marry you twice. And that will make me feel nice, make you be my that will make me feel nice, make you be my wife. Let's do this for life. Let's do this for life. Make I tell you this. I wanna marry you twice. That will make me feel nice, make you be my wife. Do this for life. Let's do this for life. Susanna, I hope you're happy now. I see you flexing on the ground with your sponsor. Susanna, I hope you're happy now. I see you change your skin color and your hair is longer now. Na kuona bali hapo kando ya Champs-Elysees, ukitesa na kamini yeah. None of my business. And I see you in London, silicone on your bum, shaking what your doctor gave ya, on your worst behavior, Susanna Vande. Hello. If you got to hear this song, somebody loves you. Susanna Vande. Hello. Change your mind and come back home. Somebody loves you. Tabia shepu ni majaliwa, ila wengi walinyimwa tabia na shepu kabarikiwa. Mwanamme hisia, pesa ni majaliwa, ila wengi walinyimwa hisia na pesa kabarikiwa. Na kuona Brazil, hapo Rio de Janeiro, ukiongezewa nywele senje, none of my business. And I see you in China with the latest designer, shaking what your doctor gave you, on your worst behavior, Susanna Vande. Hello. If you got to hear this song, somebody loves you. Susanna Vande. Hello. Change your mind and come back home. Somebody loves you. Aisenje nakosa usingizi usiku kucha mina dua. Aisenje akilini moyoni bado we wanizuzua. When are you coming home Senje? Tell me are you on your way? Kife tukipendana Kiromeo na Julia. Aisenje nakosa usingizi usiku kucha mina dua. Aisenje akilini moyoni bado we wanizuzua. When are you coming home Senje? Tell me are you on your way? Tufe tukipendana Kiromeo na Julia. I Senje Bane Senje. Hello. If you got to hear this song, Senje, come somebody on. Loves you. Oh Senje. Hello. Change your mind and come back home. Somebody loves you.
It's just something about Sauti Sol. And we just want to listen to them all day. I want to know how many of us are going to Soul Fest. How many of us walikuwa hapo early birds. Unasikia watu wakisemanga early birds, the early bird catches the warmth. Ndio nyinyi wenye mlipata the first tickets, cause ilikuwa they just posted. The next time I saw, I was like, how is it sold out? How? So literally, and the best thing was the comments hapo watu wakiuliza 20k kwani hiyo kuku ya Sauti Sol bora nipewe. Mimi nipewe hiyo kuku inawikanga kwa Sauti Sol. Mwingine akasema anataka alambe kiparabien. So that was really interesting, but Soulfest is gonna be a vibe. We all know Sauti Sol, we all know they deliver, but unfortunately it's their last it's the last festival performing together, and then they're gonna take a hiatus here. What? Hey jamani, mbona wanatuvunja roho hivi? Mbona wanatuvunja roho hivi? Another more breaking news is the show that was cancelled yesterday. Wenye walikuwa wamenunua outfit, wenye walikuwa washalipa, just there waiting for Shensea. We're gonna have to wait. Something interesting that's happening in Kenya, I think, over the last 2 weeks, and even just raising the proposal for TikTok to be banned, because I don't know who would suggest that, for TikTok to be mbona kivipi jamani, kivipi for TikTok to be banned. But even what else has been happening on TikTok is this trend for, I don't know if this is a good word to use, but it's the ummamanization, where men are wearing, it's the cross-dressing thing where celebrities have been wearing like the opposite gender. We've seen it with Kabiwa Jesus, we've seen it with Bahati, and it raises a question, because what is it a bad thing? Like, where's the line between content creation and them crossing lines? Like because some do it for content creation, some do it for attention, some are genuinely in the LGBTQ space and that's why they wear that. But also I'm like, if I have a kid and my kid is seeing that, brave of me to use that example with my age, brave of me, but hear me out. If I have a kid, I don't think I want my kids to be exposed to all this confusion that's the world we are having. Na kama Gen Z, please can we do better? Can we do something about this? Because I don't know what to think about that when like my kid will be like, so girls wear this, boys wear this. So that's something to think about. More Sauti Sol.
So
you're
as we give them the goodbye.
Finding the right person for the job can be difficult and costly.
Time.
I think we fell in love too fast. African nights and a cool rush. And I remember you refused to kiss me, and now you're using my toothbrush. You say you think I talk too much, that I'm not your type and you don't like the hype, cause your daddy is a preacher. Now you're wearing my t-shirt, and I don't want this night to end before you know I love you. I don't want this night to end before you know I need you. Na muda usiniishie nikwambie I love you. I don't want this night to end before you know I need you. So I'ma keep it short and sweet. DJ play the song on repeat. Odi dance to the beat. Hapo lipo kamatana feel so sweet. Hapo lipo kamatana feel so sweet. Short and sweet. DJ play the song on repeat. Odi dance to the beat. Hapo lipo kamatana feel so sweet. Hapo lipo kamatana feel so sweet.
Yeah. You wanna do the right thing, you find this too exciting. Your friends tell you kudetumtuka mimi ni high risk, throw that shit behind me. Come sit beside me. If you got too much class, then do me like assignments. Please don't remind me of the bad times. Your sugar sweet, your icy, but in my eye, it shouldn't be so hard to make up your mind. Just do it one time for the one time. Itakuwa fair ukiparticipate, vile nimejitolea ungejua unge appreciate. Lighting intimate, 1+68. Usirasha tukitoka sahi, you'll still be late. Tusiache chance ya kufeel regret. How much higher than this can you ever get? In Mount Everest, and by sunrise I'm gone. I'm not here that long, keep it short and sweet.
DJ play the song on repeat. Odi dance to the beat. Hapo lipo kamatana feel so sweet. Hapo lipo kamatana feel so sweet. Short and sweet. DJ play the song on repeat. Odi dance to the beat. Hapo lipo kamatana feel so sweet. Hapo lipo kamatana feel so sweet.
Hii grip ni bed sita, na sina kiti soda kalia kitandana. Ikitanda na ni 4x6, usingizi waponoka uko 6 feet deep. kabla nizame 6 inch deep. Acha niseti mood na maudi, na ngoma za kabaka Daudi, na ngoma za Oliver Mtukudi.
Can we getting closer, let's get warmer, lose the tension, be together. I know how to treat you better. Make this moment unforgettable, with this feelings undeniable. Moyo shajipa kwani, na nafsi imekukubali, nimekimbiza nyuki nile asali. Oh Lord, I'ma keep it short and sweet. DJ play this song on repeat. Odi odi dance to the beat. Hapo lipo kamata na feel so sweet. Hapo lipo kamata na feel so sweet. Short and sweet. DJ play this song on repeat. Odi odi dance to the beat. Hapo lipo kamata na feel so sweet. Hapo lipo kamata na feel so sweet.
You wanna do the right thing, you find this too exciting. Your friends tell you kudetum to come mini high risk, throw that shit behind me. Come sit beside me. If you got too much class, then do me like assignments.
Do me like assignments. We are back. Talking of assignments, guys, when's the last time you did your assignment? Some of us hata hatuko shule. Mnasikia je watu mko shule? Ama if you're going back to school in September, how do you feel if you're going to go back to school in September? I want us to get to the last session of the show, which is where we talk to our guest. Niliwaambia tunawaletea wale wasi. So today's guest, I don't know if he's comfortable introducing himself, but I know he'll want me to introduce him. Ama atanifuta kazi. Ama aje. Yeah, so today's guest goes by the name Ed. That's how I know him. He'll give more names if he wants to, but he is revolutionizing how people communicate. I think I was, before meeting Ed, I only used to talk on my phone when I'm sending a voice note or when I'm on a call. But you know, this guy just sat down and said, let me invent something. Let me invent an app where people can just talk using voice notes. Now when you're tukona sauti rembo, he just did this for us. Now you can just talk to people and they listen to you. So I'd like to introduce Ed to you guys. Woo!
Awesome. Thank you so much. Laurette.
So introduce yourself, your names, how you want to be addressed.
You can call me Ed, Eddie, Ed and Eddie.
Okay, Ed, Eddie.
Not all three, just one of them.
Just one. Eddie.
Sure, I think that's easy.
Okay. So yeah, Eddie is the founder, the CEO, the visionary of Universe app. And I think even before Tufike Universe, I want you to tell us how you got to Universe. How you got to Universe. Yani nataka utuambie life story yako.
Oh.
In the shortest time possible.
Shortest time possible. So I was born, grew up here. Studied here. I performed quite well in KCSE, got a chance to study abroad, and then I came back, and then I worked as a consultant. Then I led a company that eventually became a $1 billion company. I'm not a billionaire, unfortunately. I left early, and then I set up Universe.
Okay, so you set up Universe. So what inspired you to start Universe?
I saw the potential for connecting young people so that they can share resources, they can learn together, and they can socialize, just make the world a little bit more better via peer-to-peer communication.
Okay. So when I go to the Universe Instagram page, I see so many flags. I'm like, hey. So if I go to Rwanda, I can still use Universe. Yeah. If I go where, I can still see Universe. So I'd like to ask, what are the advantages that Universe offers? Especially that you see all those flags. It means it's like diverse culture going on about there. So what are the unique advantages that Universe offers, especially to people who are like from like diverse people coming together? What are the advantages of that?
Yeah. So you already touched on one of them, which is cultural diversity. So right now we are bringing 8 African countries onto the application. So in the process of inviting new people, I know you're one of the content gurus on Universe. So I'm sure you've seen in your audience some people from Uganda, Nigeria, Tanzania already. So we want to also bring people from Rwanda. So you guys can teach us some Kinyarwanda. We want to bring some people from Mauritius, Ghana, and South Africa. So after that, we hope by end of September, we'll also have a school like Harvard represented, Stanford, MIT. So we want to essentially bring the entire globe onto the application.
Okay, so being that so many students will be accessing the app, young people, in as much as we are the next big thing as Gen Z, sometimes we don't have control. So how do you ensure Universe is a safe environment for young people?
Okay, so I'll come to that, but let me finish answering your question. So there's the cultural diversity in terms of what you benefit from being there. There's also the aspect of socializing with other young people, right? So you make new friends, you make new connections from different countries, different universities. What can beat that, right? And these are all young people, so Gen Z especially. And then the last bit is you learn. I'm sure you've been on the application and you've been able to learn new things about law.
Always learning,
right? International trade, cultural dynamism, physics, etc., etc. So those three things are the core things that run Universe. You asked about safety, right? Online safety. So we've been very intentional about how we build safety on the application. So one, of course, we rely on people like you to ensure that rules and civility is there too. So reminding people who are coming into your audience to respect each other, speak with love to each other, and of course have divergent opinions but still remain respectful. We've also implemented features like blocking, and I think this is common. It's a standard across applications like ours. So if you feel unsafe, or if you feel like somebody else is violating your space, you can simply block them. If not, you can report them to us, we can investigate, and we'll take action.
Okay, going back to the pillars you said Universe is about, because I see you in all the hubs. Every time I log on to Universe, I just see Ed. Saruni Ed. I'd like, at least even for the audience, to get an idea of what the Universe is about. Give us an example of a conversation on Universe. It's always stuck with you. Yani, you attended that hub, that conversation has always stuck with you, and you wish more people would have been in that conversation, that Universe hub. I know there are so many because you attend all of them. Just come up with one.
So I don't attend all. I try to attend as many as possible because for me, I'm a lifelong learner. I read a lot of books. I read a lot of articles. I like to hear people's perspective. So Universe for me is actually a very good opportunity to learn new things from people who are way younger than me. So I'd never say I know more. I just want to learn more. One conversation that's been super impactful. So there's a conversation around polygamy. Unfortunately, it was too short, but it was quite interesting. Just hearing perspectives from Gen Zs about what they view polygamy from their own cultural perspectives was super interesting. While if we look at it from a Western lens, it's sort of like frowned upon. The young people were able to give us why their cultures, the different tribes, actually view polygamy as something positive. Of course, I didn't make my own opinion on that. I think I'm a monogamous kind of person, but it was just interesting to hear that. It was interesting. Yes.
Oh, okay. So when you introduced the Western part, being that you did your studies abroad, does it influence how you show up in Universe? Like, does it influence even your business decisions, the conversations happening? Do you sometimes listen to something and you're like, I see why you're thinking like this, but because I went like this, I might think like this. Does it influence it in any way?
I think certainly, right? Environment influences all of us.
Yeah.
We might think we are so independent in our thoughts, but where you grew up, how you grew up, where you learned, what you learned influences how you think and the things that come out of your mouth. So absolutely. I mean, I would love for me to be a little bit more independent, a little bit more Pan-Africanist, but sometimes I get swayed into the way of how Harvard taught me to think.
Okay, so for me personally, the best thing about Universe, every time I attend a hub, it's kind of like I feel like I have a community, you know, like even when people join Fancy Story Hubs, I feel like they have come and we now have a community. So, and definitely Universe is growing and it's gonna grow to a bigger thing. So the thing, when things become big, people can be detached. So how do you plan to maintain the sense of community even as Universe grows into such a big thing? Even let's say among the creators on Universe, the users, how, like, what's there to assure me that this sense of community you feel right now, it's still gonna be there even as Universe grows?
Yeah. That's a good question, but a very tough one, because essentially you're asking me to predict the future, which
You're a visionary. You are a vision,
I'm a
guys.
visionary.
You are a visionary.
Okay, thank you. But predicting the future is super hard. Okay, so I can just tell you what we have in plans to ensure that community remains the centerpiece for your experience as a user on Universe. So what we're planning to do is to bring, actually this is good that you brought it up, to bring this aspect of community as a feature. So if you go to JKUAT, I hear you say JKUAT?
JKUAT.
JKUAT. If you go to JKUAT, then you should be able to sort of like build community around JKUAT and then around your class. Then away from that, you should be able to now discover and select the people that you want to be part and parcel of your friend community. So that's going to be outside those two things, classes and your university community. So we are building that. We will test it out, see the reception, the feedback you guys will have, and then we'll figure out the next steps.
All this on an app.
Yeah.
The classes, the community. Oh my, I'm so ready.
Yeah.
I'm so ready
See,
for
try
that.
to figure out, yeah.
Okay. I feel like you have so many plans. Like every question you're telling me, we're doing. And being the founder of something, it gets challenging, I assume. Okay, I know it gets challenging.
So much. Oh my God.
So maybe tell us a challenge that you've been able, and how you were able to overcome it. A challenge you've experienced as a founder and how you have been able to overcome it. And maybe context for this question. As a Gen Z, I feel like most times when I have a challenge, I ask myself, you want to tell me someone else experienced this challenge, they got a solution, and they don't tell me how they got the solution. Because, you know, like we want to go through life, but going through it alone is hard, especially when you're starting things. So just give us a challenge you have encountered and how you were able to go through that challenge and
as
come
a founder
on the other side. Yeah, as a founder, yes.
There are so many. I mean, as a founder, let me first give you like a list of challenges you get as a founder.
Okay.
So I'm an outgoing person. I believe I'm an extrovert. But ever since I became a founder, I've become an introvert.
What?
You literally don't have social life. I used to go out, do all the parties, be the P in the party. Nowadays, if you tell me let's go party, I am not to be found.
Is it because you have so much work to
Priorities, yeah.
Okay.
So priorities shift. You get to a point where you don't even think about dating. You don't think about salary, like earning. I used to earn so much when I was employed because of my education and background. Yeah, so I used to earn so much money, but I had to take like a multiple down cut on that salary so that I build a vision. So let me just say in simple terms, there are so many sacrifices that you have to take as a founder. Now, one challenge that I overcame. So this is the other challenge. As a founder, especially if you're Kenyan or Black, it's very difficult to raise money from venture capitalists. So lucky for us, as a team, I think venture capitalists who tend to be white will see, this is an African founder, but they have an Ivy League degree. The conversation becomes easier. So I was lucky on that front, and I thank God. But it wasn't easy, because we were trying to raise money. I had a very good pedigree in terms of building a startup that became very valuable. But venture capitalists were just not willing to give us money because we didn't have a product per se. And then in 2022, what I did is, because we were faced with the hurdle of trying to raise money, I went to Twitter. And then I was just looking at some few tweets on how people are raising money. I came across a tweet. I followed the thread. I responded. Somebody responded back. We DM'd. Then we went to email. We exchanged emails. And then eventually I got to meet somebody. We had a call with someone from New York who knew a friend we had shared a class who was based out of San Francisco. And they were like, oh my, okay, so we can actually be friends. Yeah. Oh, by the way, there are these guys who are looking to give money to startups. And I think you guys look really good. So they introduced us, and within 2-3 weeks, you got some good money.
So through Twitter?
So that's how you're able to build Universe. Most people don't know that.
Okay, that's really interesting. And I think I love that because for the longest time, as Gen Z, all the time you're on your phone, na unaambiwa una waste time, but you can actually be getting into things. So it's even a call for Gen Z to get into, like, use your social media well. It will take you places.
Oh, yeah.
Because Ed got funding from Twitter.
I can tell you another story.
Okay, we have all the time.
LinkedIn. I like spending time on LinkedIn because I read stuff, I learn stuff, I network with people. But nowadays I spend most of my time on Universe. But there was this time, 2020, in the middle of the pandemic, I'd left my job, and then I had started writing my book. So I was focused on writing my book. But I was like, I need to pay bills in Nairobi because Nairobi is very expensive. So I was looking for something to do. And then I came across a tweet by someone who was like a second, you know how in LinkedIn you have like a first network and then a second level network. Yeah. So somebody we shared a network, right? But we were not connected directly. So they had posted something and they were talking about launching in Africa. It was a financial tech company. So I was like, hey, I think this is something I can do. Like, this is my expertise. So I DM'd them. They introduced me to somebody else. And that's how I got a job that paid more than $500,000 on part-time per month. So yeah, use your social media well. There's tons of opportunities.
Oh my God, I'm going to revamp my LinkedIn. Wait, watch your jokes.
I can give you guys a tutorial.
Of revamping. So that's when we get to the part you give us your socials. But before that, I think something that's also trending for us Gen Z, we love networking, collaborating. So I'd like for you to tell us how Universe contributes to that and how it pushes for networking and collaborating, even beyond the Universe hubs.
Yeah, I mean, the basis for Universe is come in, find a hub. So a hub is a live session based on a topic where people come in, discuss something. You can talk if you want to talk directly on a mic in the application, or you can just, send your texts, or you can chat with others live. So in terms of collaboration, that's what we are enabling right now. So live conversations, right? And then down the line, we are thinking, can people start sharing files? If you share similar classes or interests, then you can share files, right? Exchange more knowledge, exchange resources. Maybe somebody in the UK has access to a file that you don't have, but you need. They can do that. Maybe they can even send their CV to you, right? Maybe here in Kenya, you write CVs, you still write CVs. In an age where we have international companies coming here and asking you for a resume, instead you send a CV. So you make a mistake. Instead of sending a 1-page document, you send a 3-page document, and you are in your second year of university. Where did you get all those experiences?
We don't lie in the CV. We just exaggerate. No, we just exaggerate.
You write too much, but there's no content.
Okay, so usually resume is better. That's what you're
Americans
saying.
So this is now my bias, my biased view. I think I prefer resumes because you focus on, okay, I did this and these are the results I got. Instead of like, I went to the village, I came back to the town, I did this small thing. Then that's what a CV does. So it just goes round and round and round and doesn't deliver on something. So what I'm trying to say is, you can get somebody who you network with, and they can show you a way for you to level up and get closer to getting into companies like Google. They're here. Microsoft is here. LinkedIn is here. Amazon is here. So, but if you keep writing CVs, you'll never get into those big companies.
Okay. So I love that you said someone who can show you how to level up. And I think there's a time in a hub, and you were giving the story of Universe and how having a good team has really helped Universe. So I'd like for us to talk about that, the team that is right now, Akina Yvonne, and how they're able to push Universe, and essentially the importance of having a good team when you're trying to lead something, when you're trying to push for something.
Let me tell you, the most important thing when you're building a company is your team. First of all, you can never build a successful company alone. Why? Because even the role of a CEO itself is too much. You're focused on growth. You're thinking about customer service. Is customers being served excellently? If today, Laura, you said we call you?
Lau.
If today Lau is complaining about something on the application, as the CEO, I need to know. Like, it's my duty to make sure that you're served well, right? Like, you get a 5-star, 10-star experience. Then at the same time, you're fundraising, trying to get money so that the company grows. At the same time, you're thinking about new markets. You're thinking about regulation and law. You know, you're literally spread across. So you need a team that can help you handle other stuff, right? So that's why we have a marvelous engineering team that ensures the product is constantly working. Now, here's the kicker. The engineering team is essentially all Kenyan. In fact, the entire team is Kenyan.
Nataka uambie watu engineering team walienda shule gani. No, I need the audience to know.
Yeah,
they're from?
I know why you're asking.
They're from?
So
J Quad.
So we have a student who is currently a student at JQuat, and then my co-founder went to University of Nairobi. And of course, Yvonne, who is our star when it comes to handling all of you guys, went to USIU. Yeah, so I'm the only foreigner.
Yeah, so that's the team that runs Universe. And I think I've seen how Universe is always running, and I think your team is really doing a good job, especially Yvonne, and overwork.
I think you're efficient. Yeah.
You're efficient, yeah.
So efficient. We are small, but you're efficient. Trust me, there are so many companies that have millions of dollars in their bank account, but they will never come close to how efficient we are.
Okay, that's
4 or 5
nice.
people.
Can you give us like one secret to be efficient?
One secret?
Just one?
Okay, let me ask you. I always like to ask, and Yvonne can attest to this. So how do you manage your daily tasks?
I write them down, and then after I do them, I
so
just
you have to
them.
carry a notebook all around?
No. Mm-hmm. I write them down in
Then you
in
remember.
Head.
Then you memorize. So that's not efficiency.
Damn.
That's not efficiency.
This is my show. This is my... No,
I know, but I think you're here to learn too, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure listeners are learning too. So that is not efficient, because imagine if you have to memorize 100 things, right? Your brain is like a computer. It stacks up memory.
Yeah.
And that memory capability is not infinite, right? So if you have to memorize 100 things, it means you're reducing the efficiency of that machine in your head. So the best way to do, and that's why our phones are so powerful, is, for example, if you have a recurrent task, why memorize when you can put it down in your Google Calendar and then have a reminder that puts up a notification? Makes things easy. You can just be glancing on your Google Calendar and at 3 p.m. I have this thing. And that's it. You don't need to overthink it. Now you can focus on more important tasks.
Oh, it's like you remove the burden of your brain from thinking about like things that are not as important, and then you give room for the brain to think about
for more important things.
Damn.
More strategic. Tasks are tactical, right? So focus on more strategic things, especially things that you need to make important decisions on.
There was this trend on I don't know, TikTok, I think, and they're talking about how we spend so much time doing management things, like managerial tasks. It's like if you're at home, like at the end of the day, you'll say you did something if you clean the house, but that's like managing. That's not like a big task. So like in a company. So I really love what you said, and I think even as we wind up, maybe because I think content creators really play a big role on Universe. So what's the future of content creation in regards to Universe? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So we think when you get there, we're going to create a fund that allows for hundreds of content creators to come on board. If you have especially good content on learning in your domain, so let's say you study economics, bring us that economic content. Let's understand what Milton Friedman monetarism means, right? Versus maybe Keynesian economics. If you're a physician, tell us about black holes. Why should we care about them, right? Physicist, not physician. So we want more dedicated, in-depth content in specific domains so that allows for large-scale learning. People in Africa learning, people in Asia learning, people in Europe, etc., North America. So that's one. So there's probably a fund that you're going to set up. And then we think down the line. So that was the first one was down the line. Then down the line. Down the line. We might empower other users who are your audience to be able to pay you for your content. So if you become good in your content, not only are you building your CV right on the application, which you'll be storing on your profile later, but also other people will be saying, thank you for this. Let's gift you something. See how you see what happens on TikTok?
Yeah.
So you might bring that to Universe.
That would be so great. And I think even Ed is just giving all of us a cheat code on how you'll thrive on Universe. Number one, just get one thing you're really good at. Just get one topic you can excel in and you can teach people in, and that's all we need. If you just gotta talk to us about economics, that's all you need, just to venture into it and wholly indulge yourself in that and know a lot about it. Yeah, so I want to talk about the current creators, because itakuwaje tukimaliza na tujawapea shout out for the creators on Universe. Watakukujia wewe, watakukujia. Hey, so I'd like for you maybe to say the role they play right now and a shout out, because I know watakukujia.
I can't remember all of them. Okay, I have to shout all of them, so
Okay. As he does that, I think this is your chance. Enda pale Instagram, tafuta Universe Audio. Enda pale Play Store, download the Universe app on your phone, and you're going to be able to interact with students all over Kenya. Tumesikia they're also in other countries, and you're going to be able to talk to them via audio.
Maybe I can just mention a few. I can't remember everybody, but
I can mention one I really love.
Who is that?
I love my Namal's content on Universe. I love her content on Universe. I also love this guy anakuanga funny. What's his name? Mbuzi wa Migori. That guy is always funny on his hubs. Also Cynthia has health hubs. I join them and I learn a thing or two about health. Akina Elephant and Stanley.
So you know all of these people. There's Mariana.
Mariana.
So that I don't leave anybody out. And then we'll come to the brand ambassadors, because they also do a very good job.
Very good job,
So as you said, Kare, Mainamal. There is who else? There is Alex, there's Carlos, there is Abuya, there's Cynthia, you said, Elifet, Elkana, Graham, Kenyan Princess, Kezia, Kiman, there's of course you.
Lau.
Master Stan, Miss Wakoyo, Newton. There are so many. Washira,
there's so many.
Mamu.
And the good thing is that most of them actually students in Kenyan universities.
All of them.
It's such a good space, because I know you don't know you are doing this, but you're creating such a safe space that's a good distraction from other bad things people would rather do after a long day at school, after a long week. Knowing I can come to Universe and just talk to people. Sometimes kwanza when hatuna time ya kwenda nje, I'm like, I socialized on Universe. That really saved me. So yeah, that's a really good thing you're doing. I think the last thing, maybe a call to action. Where do people get Ed? Where do people get Universe? Just plug yourself.
I'm gonna plug in. But let me mention one thing that is always on top of my mind, and I really thank the ecosystem that you've built. I mean, the community that you've built. It's the issue around mental health, and I'm sure this is something you're passionate about yourself as Lau. So I've seen so many cases where people who joined Universe came out telling us, DMing us and just telling us the impact that they've had from speaking to other young people.
Yeah.
Because the avenues and channels to do this are very limited right now. It's very difficult to do this on WhatsApp because of the way it's laid out. It does not foster community per se. It's just people coming in there, chatting. Sometimes it gets out of hand, and I'm sure you've seen that in WhatsApp groups. Facebook doesn't support that. Instagram doesn't. TikTok is, all of these other places, it just, the more narcissistic you are, the better for you. But I see people who really care about others. I can mention some few. There's a guy called Mzee Mnyama. He hosts hubs where in the initial phases, people were coming in with a lot of toxicity, and then he was able to turn that around to positivity. So people would more of like affirm other people, and just be appreciative of why they're there. Another person I want to appreciate is what's her name? She's a chef. I don't know if you know her. Nana, okay. Nana is one of the most caring people I know on the application, and she always comes through for other people because of some of these people's own experiences. They really understand what it means to be in a place of hurt. So I've seen a lot of hearts being turned around, a lot of lives being turned around. So yeah, really appreciative about that.
That's really true. I think last week we had a hub where we had a therapist, and the questions that people were asking there at the hub, I could see this, like they already trust Universe, and that's why they're able to ask these questions, because some of them would even share a story. She would say, I'm going through this, so what do I do with this? And you can't text that on Instagram. People are gonna come at you. But to know that I can just share that on Universe and someone is talking, because there's something so compassionate about our voices, and you can feel they hear me. So that's really true. Universe is doing that. Now let's plug Universe.
So Universe again is a place for young people right now in Africa, but you're going global, to socialize, build community, chat in real time, learn something new, express their voices, and just have fun. You can find us on App Store right now. Play Store is coming, so just go to App Store, search for Universe, UNIVUS. Now the interesting thing is, I don't think you've asked me why we came up with that name.
Do tell.
So Universe, as you can see, the connotation is the universe, right? The cosmos. So we want to build a universe for students.
Ooh.
And if that can translate into a universe for people to voice their hearts out, even better.
Voice their hearts out. I love that. That's like a good marketing deal. Okay.
Marketer too.
Oh, okay. Also follow them on Instagram.
Yes, Instagram, Universe Audio, TikTok, Universe Audio. Where else? Facebook, Universe Audio. Twitter too.
And there's so many creators on Instagram who are tagging Universe. So when you see Universe, just know it's legit. When you see the Universe ad, I think the first time I saw Universe was saying JQuat is in Universe, and I was like, JQuat is in the Universe? And so just follow up with Universe. That was Ed. Thank you so much for coming here. I think the future looks so nice, especially in the tech world. You guys are doing the most, so let's vibe to some Bensoul.
Love, 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 love. Nakuona kwenye lockdown, ningependa kuwa around you baby, tungekuwa tukiwasha ningekuwa nikimashup, kwenye picha weka hashtag, there's nothing better kama good love and laughter, sema kile unatafta, and I will give you more and more. Kasi bahati basi niambie ni wapi utapatana na manzi, hayuko kila pahali, hana chali, hapendangi makali, hapendangi maganja, takupenda kila hali, haka kama lisika loko nikasheshamani, hako kafiga nikakale nika namba 8, takuwa no mami na wewe tukijabulane, kama unatafuta pedi, oh yeah, pedi wa mapenzi, hii yangu ni heavy, I hope uko ready, nikuwe 7 hadi ngware, karibia ni gware, na usiseme ni sare. When he Jamie ni nare, oh no, you're the one I wanna marry. To see in a hurry, and I will give you more and more. You underwater, mekwa nikikuota, nataka kuwa lock na somebody's daughter. Tukifika nyumbani hatutawahi toka, naishi kileleni kama niko kwenye chopa. Haka kama lisika loko nikashashamani, hako kafiga nikakale nikanamba nane, na ningependa tukuona tukijabulani, jabulani. Kama unatafuta pedi, oh yeah, pedi wa mapenzi, oh hii yangu ni heavy, I hope uko ready, nikuwe yo pedi, sinikuwe yo pedi. Soul generation, Suda. Love, yeah. Nimepatikana na ugonjwa wa mapenzi, hapo naniona mimi sijiwezi, na kulishwa ma good times na masensi. Mapenzi siku za wiki sasa zina feel kama ni weekendi, nikakupewa massage happy ending, but this time around I won't let you go, no, cause girl I need your medicine. Nikikuona mama nimepona, come through we make a scene, sinema hawajawaiona. I'll need you 1x3, dosage ya daily. Girl I need your medicine, your medicine, your medicine. On love, soul generation. Love, only love, only love, only love. Okay, niko na fever, akini na shiva. Yeah, I need a healer, come be my dealer. Oh yeah, I'm under pressure, be my stress reliever. Love, nikituma location, je utadeliver. Niko ICU, then I see you. I'm under the flu, but my remedy is you. My night nurse, your fine us is the only answer.